This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The Denver Radio Club Learning Net starts in around 5 minutes.
0TX repeater.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome stuff in technology.
If it flies, it's here.
It's the largest aviation event in the world.
Over 10,000 aircraft.
Probably will be a record year, so we'll have 10,000 airplanes.
A record-shattering 704,000 people from 94 countries.
There are people coming from all over the world.
All touching down at Whitman Regional Airport in Oshkosh, Wisconsin for the ultimate aviation experience.
It's the biggest celebration of aviation anywhere, and it's just something you have to experience to fully understand it.
Everybody who has a passion or connection to airplanes is here.
It's just amazing.
Amid 1,400 acres of roaring engines, home-built masterpieces, and flying legends, Colorado claimed just 200 square feet as one of nearly 1,000 exhibitors. But we came with a mission.
For us as a division of aeronautics here at EAA, it gives us this unbelievably unique opportunity to reach out and talk to people that we normally wouldn't get to talk to at home in Colorado and help them learn how to fly safely in Colorado.
With the knowledge base that we have here, it's a great opportunity to meet with people and kind of give them an idea of what flying in Colorado is like.
Here's the things that you need to think about and to prepare and to train on before you go fly a mountain pass or fly up in the mountains.
In partnership with the Colorado Pilots Association, our goal was clear.
Both you at CDOT and us at CPA are trying to get the word out about getting training before you go flying in the mountains.
I think the biggest thing we are really happy to share with people are the aeronautical chart and the airport directory that we publish that have all of this information that helps people fly safely.
Some of Colorado's most skilled pilots were there, offering first-hand insights into mountain flying safety and showcasing the state's hidden gem destinations.
Sandifer, yeah. And he gave a talk on flying in Colorado at high altitude.
We have a lot of accidents in mountains that are completely preventable with proper training and knowledge. And pilots, flatland pilots come to Colorado and primarily don't understand density, altitude, and the performance issues.
The higher you go, the less performance the airplanes make and the less lift they make. And then if it gets hot on top of that, the density altitude rises.
Colorado has some amazing airports. Amazing airports. The diversity of airports Colorado has is incredible.
Airports in Colorado are super niche and they're in their own right unique, but everybody has something to learn from flying in Colorado.
The feedback was, we had no idea that Colorado was so cool. And when's the best time to fly in Colorado? So I answered all those questions.
I hope by that time I'll have a little bit more experience and I want to go check out all the different airports in Colorado.
And featured on the cover of the 2025 Colorado Airport Directory, we proudly spotlighted our partners at Metropolitan State University of Denver, home of the Collegiate National Aerobatic Champions, the MSU Denver Aerobatics team.
This is K1DBC. All stations please stand by. The DRC Learning Net will start in 1 minute.
University is sharing, or kindly allowed to share the booth with CDOT this year. We have the airplane here actually on the grounds out on the flight line.
It's amazing. How cool is that?
The countdown is on, ready to share more resources, more expertise, and more ways to explore our skies safely. See you at EAA AirVenture 2026. In the heart of Colorado's North Park region, Surrounded by the rugged beauty of the Rocky Mountains, a vital community asset, and Walden, Colorado just received a major upgrade.
Our runway really hadn't had a significant improvement in over 40 years. It's one of those assets you don't realize you don't have till you can't use it anymore. So we had
Good evening, hello, and welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net for October 29th, 2025. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics in general, and thankfully we have plenty of combined experience and expertise. Again, this is Kilo 1 Delta Bravo Charlie. My name is Daron. I'm this evening's net control. Tonight we'll be taking your check-ins, comments, questions, updates, and more. We meet every Wednesday except the third Wednesday of the month at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time on 145.490 and 448.625. Both have a negative offset. You can contact us via email, elmer@w0tx.org, on most social media as well, / or at Denver Radio Club. We also stream and archive some of our nets on youtube.com / Denver Radio Club. So if you'd like to see behind the scenes of the net or visual context, that is an additional way to participate in the net. This net can be broken at any time for emergency or priority traffic by using the word break. Is there any emergency or priority traffic at this time? All check-ins to the net will be taken in alphabetical groups based on the first letter of the suffix of the operator's call sign. The suffix is the first letter after the number in the call sign. If you can, please try to use ITU phonetics for your call sign at least, and indicate if you have traffic or questions as you check in. If you'd like to follow along with the check-in process, you may do so at w0tx.org / check-in. Do bear in mind there's about a 3 or so minute timer. So just make sure you keep any conversations or any comments or questions around 3 minutes or so. The repeater may time out, and then it'll come back about 30 seconds later. With that, if your suffix begins with the letters A through M, Alpha through Mike, please check in now.
This is WD0 CIV, WD0 CIV in Denver, and let's see, no traffic.
All right, that time we had WD0 CIV. Charles got you checked in. Anyone else at the moment, Alpha through Mike, A through M, please call now. Okay, nothing heard at the moment. We also had Kenny, KD0CGF, checking in online on YouTube. Really do appreciate that. With that, we'll open up the whole alphabet. We'll take all call signs, all call suffixes A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
Kilo Echo 0 Sierra Uniform Mike, Jonathan Lakewood.
W0TX repeater.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. A bit quiet this evening, not a problem. That time we had KE0SUM Jonathan checking in. Didn't hear if you had traffic or not, but we can get back to you, or if anyone else has traffic, let me know. I certainly can bring some things up. I appreciate Jim and 0TRP as usual for taking the Learning Net during the the week where we have our club board meeting, and I'm unable to run the meeting, so I do appreciate that. With that, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I certainly have plenty of things to bring up. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins at the moment? Any further check-ins at the moment? A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Please call now.
Kilo Oscar 4, Whiskey Delta Foxtrot, KO4, WDF, Lee on the portable in Thornton.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I think we had that time Kilo Oscar 4 Whiskey Delta Fox. Kilo Oscar 4 Whiskey Delta Fox. Got you coming up is Robert here. Got you checked in. Thanks so much for checking into the net. Anyone else? Further check-ins? Please call now.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Foxtrot Papa India. Ron in Lakewood, no traffic right now.
All right, and that time we hit KF0 FPI. Ron got you checked in. If anyone's just tuning in, this is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. Great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. We have plenty of combined experience and expertise. So if you have any comments or questions or projects you want to bring up, this would be a great place to do so. So we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now.
KO4 WDF question.
All right, we'll take check-ins throughout the net. With that, we had WDF with a question. Go right ahead.
Hey, so I have a hotspot. This is my first hotspot. It's a Pi Zero. And at the time, it had the WPSD software on it. Well, the SD card has got corrupted, and I went back on the website, and they don't support Pi Zero anymore, the WPSD. And I went to the PiStar, or the PiStar website, and I don't know how to get the hotspot set back up with either or. That's above my knowledge there. Does anybody know how to do that or help me out with that?
Hey, great question there. Yeah, it's fun projects to work on. For anybody that's not in the know, WPSD, it's an alternative version of PiStar. It supports some different features and functionalities. I started to mess around with that recently as well. I think I did test that it worked on my PiStar Zero, or the same Pi Zero that I run PiStar on. It seemed to work. I don't remember why I didn't fully move over to it, but PiStar itself, you should be able to go to the pistar.uk page, and under downloads, I think the newest version 4.2.3 is what I'm running on mine right now. You just download an imaging tool. Give me a second here. You can use Raspberry Pi's official software, or there's another program called Balena Etcher. It's a software you would use to install the image onto the Pi itself, onto the SD card. So you should be able to get the zip file dated April 18th, 2025, version 4.2.3, and with an imaging software, write that onto the card, and hopefully the Pi should, as long as you have all your network settings connected and working, that should work.
Yeah, before I moved up here, a buddy of mine had gave it to me and play around with it and stuff, and it was already set up and everything, right? So I've never messed with it before, but somehow the SD card got corrupted. Maybe it got loose and popped out during the move or whatnot, I don't know, but I know when I went back on the website, the WPSD software website, it is one of the older Pi Zeros. It ain't like the updated ones that they have now. I've seen on their website that they don't support it anymore. So I tried to play around for the past few days with the actual Pi-Star website to try to get it on there. And I honestly don't know what I'm doing. I got to be doing something wrong. I can't get the what is it called? The IP address changed. I think that's what it is. From where I used to live at to here, so that's what I'm having trouble with.
Gotcha. Yep. On their website, at least on both of them, they have a tool to set up for Wi-Fi builder. You basically give it your Wi-Fi name and password, and then you click submit, and then it gives you basically a file that you write. You just copy over to your SD card, and it should connect up to the Wi-Fi. So that is kind of the difficulty. Yeah, if you don't have that set up, it won't connect to the Wi-Fi. But there should be some tools to set up. And yeah, it's unfortunate that card died. I don't know if you had any backups or anything, but if you did, it'd be easy to get it back up and running. Otherwise, you have to reprogram all your settings and things.
Yeah, I didn't have a backup, but whenever I figure this thing out, I'm definitely going to back this up, two or three extra cards, just in case this happens again. And I didn't, so the Wi-Fi thing, you can just download the file and then you can upload it up to the card, and then that would get that set. Is that what you were saying, correct?
Correct. On the Pi-Star site, at least, there's a menu on the left that says Pi-Star Tools, and the first option is Wi-Fi Builder, and then you give it the name and password of the Wi-Fi, and then it downloads a file called wpa-supplicant.conf, and it's basically just a text file with the configuration needed for the Pi-Star Zero to connect up to the wireless. So yeah, you just download this file, drop it over to the root of the SD card, and it should connect up.
0TX repeater.
Oh, okay. I'll have to play around with it and do that this weekend when I'm off. This thing here has been stressing me out trying to figure out how to get this new card in there up and running to get this hotspot up and running again. I even want to pull my hair out, man. It's kind of difficult when you don't know what you're doing. You're just winging the whole thing. But anyways, I appreciate the tip and the help with that. I'm definitely going to try again this weekend. I ain't give up yet, so fingers crossed I get it up and running this weekend. KO4WDF.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, let us know. And if you need some help, there should be plenty of people out there that should be able to help you if needed. But yeah, it's kind of a pain to get those set up the first time or without having it done it before. So yeah, once you get it done, yeah, make a backup and you should be good there. So yeah, appreciate that. So yeah, it's always fun playing around. If anybody's interested, DMR, Brandmeister hotspots or otherwise, pretty cool tools here. Again, as mentioned, Pi-Star is one of the more popular images to use, and then WPSD is an alternate project as well. So anyone on Pi Stars or hotspots or anything else on that, go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control, and good evening to Adam. We had KD5EF checking in online. Really do appreciate that. Another related to hotspots is DigiPi. Not sure if anybody's seen this before, but this has come up on my YouTube feed here recently. Again, using Raspberry Pis, and it basically is a project to get APRS packet and a bunch of stuff using a very simple setup, just a simple HT, a Raspberry Pi, and the right connectors. And then you can, that's a Wi-Fi hotspot essentially, and on your phone, you can connect up. It has APRS, Digipeters, web chats, WinLink email servers. So if anybody's interested in that, pretty neat project there. It does cost $1. You do have to basically subscribe to his Patreon. It's by KM6LYW, but you can subscribe for $1. So it's a little bad. Unfortunately, it's behind a paywall, but it's a pretty cool looking project. So again, this is called. Let me drop. By KM6LYW, the Radio DigiPi project. Again, it's an easy to use. This is right from their website, Kraiger.org, Kraiger.org. And if you just search for DigiPi, he goes on to say, it's an amateur radio data transceiver hotspot for Raspberry Pi. All radio data modes are easily accessible over Wi-Fi via your phone or mobile browser, web browser. You can make FT8, JS8 calls, APRS and packet modes work like any other mobile radio or mobile phone app. You can hook up your Pi and to your rig and instantly have access to your radio. For SMS, email, texting, ultra low light, low power makes it indispensable for Summit and Parks operations. So really cool project here, if anybody is interested. Anyone else? Further comments, questions, check-ins, anything else on that? Go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control, and obviously a radio is not a visual medium, so just to very quickly visually display or show or describe, he's using just a Bofang HT with basically a Raspberry Pi kind of just hanging off the side of it, and with cables plugged into the, I think it's the TRS, whatever the connectors on the right-hand side are, and then the Pi is being powered off a battery power pack, it looks like. So very simple setup. You probably have most of this already. You just have to buy, it uses an AIOC, the ham radio all-in-one cable that plugs into to HTs. So pretty cool stuff. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else on that or anything else? Please come there.
November 0, Tango Romeo Papa, Jim in Lakewood, checking in.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. I'd like to welcome knowledge the following check-in. N0TRP. Jim, thanks so much for checking in. I guess we'll take this opportunity to take further check-ins officially. If you're just tuning in, welcome back to the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. It's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. There's plenty of combined experience and expertise. We're taking all check-ins A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. Another call if you'd like to check into the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. We're taking all check-ins, A through Z, Alpha through Zulu. Let us know your call sign, your name, and if you have any traffic or questions, please call now. Okay, I certainly have plenty of things I can bring up here, but anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's Learning Net? Please call now.
Comment.
Alpha Foxtrot 0 Sierra Foxtrot. Alpha Foxtrot 0 Sierra Foxtrot.
All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We had a slight double there, but we had Jonathan, KE0SUM, I think, with the follow-up, and then we had a check-in, AF0SF, Sierra Foxtrot. Got you checked in. Thank you so much. I guess with that, we'll throw it over to Jonathan, SUM. The net's yours.
Thanks for taking the net drone. Well, the only thing that's been on my mind a little bit later is I'm always kind of amazed at bow banks because, yeah, I have a UV5R I bought like 8 years ago, but they continually to come out with stuff that's pretty amazing, really. They now have the UV5R Mini, which is a UHF, VHF radio, and I think it's 5 watts, maybe 4, but it's got a color display, there's a color radio, and it's great. But here on AliExpress, I can buy 2 of them for $25.32, and I think I've seen them around $15 each, even on like Amazon. It's like, wow, the Chinese. It's like, how does the Japanese manufacturers compete against that inexpensive radio? It does pretty much the same stuff. May not have a good front end, but I just find it interesting. They're so inexpensive at this point. Back to that.
Great point there. Great question. Yeah, it's always neat to see new equipment coming out, and yeah, there is certainly price discrepancies you'll see between official channels and non-official channels. There's been years and years of accusations, really, of intellectual property really being stolen and copyright not being applied correctly in certain parts of the world. So certain countries, they don't respect certain laws that other countries do, and unfortunately, because of that, you'll get some of these products that are able to be developed at a lower cost, but really have the same performance. You wouldn't really, I guess, know, maybe. But yeah, great point on that. So yeah, AliExpress used to take quite a long time to ship things out. They've gotten a lot better in shipping time. So, it's tempting a little bit to window browse a little bit on those types of sites and see what you can get and what's out there. Anyone else on that? That's a pretty interesting looking radio there, the UV5R Mini, though, dual band. Anyone else? Go right ahead. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Hopefully some better processing beneath the plastic, but you get newer features such as USB-C charging. You could program it via an app, via Bluetooth, I believe. And some AM reception. And then the same sort of features you'd see normally. Push-to-talk, flashlight, channel banks maybe. But yeah, anyone else on that? Go right ahead. Hey, I could hear you. Yeah, thanks for getting in there, Michael. Appreciate that. Hey, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We've had a longtime member of the club been trying to check in once in a while, but he's in an area where he's not able to hit the repeaters too much. But that last check-in, we had AF0SF, Michael, checking in from Morrison. So, yeah, your signal sounded great. So, not sure if anything's different, but yeah, we hear you loud and clear. It's great.
QS zone, Doron. Appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. Environmental factors like soil moisture content, whatnot, time of the year with the amount of leaves on the trees might have something to do with it. But good to talk to you, K1. Sorry about that. AF0XF.
No problem, AF0SF, Michael. Yeah, a bit scratchy that time, unfortunately. Yeah, but yeah, as you mentioned, I guess environmental factors, who knows? So, but do appreciate you being able to check in. And yeah, so anyone else? We have plenty of time here, 35 minutes or so. I can certainly bring up plenty of things here, but anything else so far for this evening's Learning Net? Please call now. I guess with that, I'll give a shout out to another group, 285 N80TC group, N85 Tech Connect Radio Club. You can find any more information on them, na0tc.org. I was reached out by one of their club members, I think John Stevens, WB4HZA, and wanted us to mention that they have a upcoming Tech Fest being held on November 8th. At the Bridge Church in Lakewood, 3101 South Kipling. Usual meeting room, second floor. Since they're having Tech Fest, they'll not be holding their regular meeting. As usual, there'll be several dynamic information, packed presentations, outstanding prizes, including a Nano VNA, USB oscilloscope, and HTs, 3 AR gift certificates, and other gadgets. Lunch is available from Jimmy John's for purchase, and the Tech Fest, it's an excellent opportunity to meet and learn ham radio experts. Entire day of ham radio sharing for a low price of $15. If you're not a member, you can also join if you'd like for an additional $15. Remote attendees, it looks like they'll be doing things on Zoom potentially, so you'll have an opportunity there. And I'll just run through some of the presentations that they're going to be given there. Let's see, kind of apropos, one of the first ones is get on DMR in 20 minutes. Many hams are intimidated by DMR for good reason. It's you'll learn how to get on DMR with a $40 Android phone, 20 minutes or less. Another friend of the club, Mark K0EHR, is giving that presentation. That's great to hear. Rig performance numbers, what do they mean? By Rob Sherwood, NC0B. He's been providing, let's see, what do the numbers really mean? Let's see. On some of the equipment that you would go out and buy. Let's see, further presentations, the ARDEN project, Amateur Radio Emergency Data Network. We drop for a moment. ARDEN Mesh, if you've not seen or heard of, the really cool project which uses basically radio for fairly high-speed off-grid internet, essentially. Session will provide an overview of the project, which focuses on using amateur radio frequencies to create high-speed, peer-to-peer data networks that can be used for emergency communications when the internet isn't available. So very cool presentation. Let me see. Oscilloscopes, Bob Whitty, K0NR, is going to give a presentation, provide an overview of oscilloscopes and their capabilities. And last but not least, the Starhaven Observatory update. Let me drop once more. Jim Moravec, N0COT, heads up Starhaven Observatory in Strasburg, Colorado, where he and his team of kids conduct a wide range of research and experimentation projects in collaboration with universities and government agencies. In his top-rated session from past Tech Fests, Jim and his team will provide an overview of their activities and an update on progress made at the observatory. So very, very cool stuff here. Again, na0ct.org for more information on that. It is upcoming Tech Fest. Okay, anyone else? Just about to tick over to 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Anyone else, though? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's Learning Net? Please call now.
The time is 8 p.m.
All right, anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? I certainly can bring up some things again as well. But anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now.
Alpha Fox Zero Echo, Alex Bromfield, checking in.
All right, got you checked in. Alex, AF0E, thanks so much for checking in. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now. All right, this is K1DBC Net Control. Love it or hate it, social media does prove a crucial role within disseminating information quickly, and that's doubly more important when it comes to public information offices and getting information out, emergency related. Great Facebook group, Arapahoe Areas, the Adams Arapahoe County Amateur Radio Emergency Service Group has a pretty cool page. They post things quite often, so it's great to see. One of their recent posts was the Office of Emergency Management turns 30, and it congratulations to their very own Randy Council, N0OEM, Training Section Chief and Served Agency Liaison. One of the first emergency managers for the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office is featured in this post. They're lucky to have someone of Randy's skills, knowledge, and experience as an integral part of the Adams Arapahoe County Areas team. So really cool story, or really just like a monthly newsletter or biannual. They've posted the detail for October 2025. Let me drop here for a moment. Kind of bring some updates on school resources officers and different information there. Adding horses to train escort large vehicles, and then on their mounted patrol unit, and then about halfway or so down, or even more. It was 1995 when the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office recognized a critical need, a dedicated team to prepare for and respond to disasters. From blizzards to floods, tornadoes to major events, the Office of Emergency Management was formed to help the county and its residents prepare for the unexpected. This year, OEM celebrates its 30th anniversary, a milestone that reflects decades of growth, lessons learned, and unwavering commitment to public safety. Just a little bit more on this. They have a photo showing from 2005. Former Sergeant Randy Council speaks on a two-way radio while organizing a multi-agency training. Former Sergeant Randy Council, one of the first members of OEM, remembers the early days when there was little coordination between agencies, equipment was inconsistent, and communication across departments was a challenge. To quote here, "We worked to make sure everyone was properly trained, had the right equipment, and could actually work together in an emergency," Council recalled. "Back then, every agency had its own radios. Now you can just switch channels and talk directly. That interoperability came from OEM's early efforts." Council and his team helped secure federal Homeland Security grants to improve regional communication, standardize equipment, and purchase vital resources such as command trucks, bomb robots, and backup radio systems. They also developed disaster plans for weather emergencies and large-scale events. Canyon tenure included responding to the 2003 blizzard and numerous severe weather events. A little bit more here, but check out on the Arapahoe County at Aries group page, they have a link to on the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office Facebook page. They have a link to this most recent post. All right. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far for this evening's Learning Net? Please call now. All right. Well, you have still another 25 or so minutes. If you're just tuning in, this is a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. So if you have comments, questions, check-ins, or anything else further for this evening's Learning Net, I can certainly bring up some other things, but anyone else, please call now. All right, I guess 2 bits of information if you're local here in Colorado, which most everyone is. First of all, Lakewood is deactivating their outdoor warning sirens at the end of 2025. This will mark a full transition to Lookout Alert powered by Smart 911, a modern, effective emergency notification system that provides real-time, actionable information directly to residents. It's the official emergency notification system for the city of Lakewood and all first responders. So you can Google Lakewood siren deactivation, and they have Lookout Alert and how to sign up, a link to that. So, yeah, if you're in the Lakewood area, they're going to be deactivating the outdoor warning sirens. Also, if you're in the Arapahoe County area, at least, you have to sign up again. You have to opt in again for these types of alerts for your area. Go to, it's a RAP alert, I believe. I forget the exact page, but they do have a link, I believe, on here, on their ace911.org/ARAP-alert to sign up for emergency notifications if those areas apply to you. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Anyone else? Please call now. All right. If you had tuned in, just a quick shout out to the Colorado Department of Transportation, their YouTube page. They have, from a couple of months ago, a video showcasing their efforts at the. Let me drop here for a moment. Sorry, EAA Air Venture, Colorado Department of Transportation, in conjunction with MSU, Metro State University. So a quick 5-minute video if you hadn't seen that. So pretty enlightening if you're interested in flying in Colorado. And just a quick, it's a recap of Colorado Division of Aeronautics presence at the 2025 EAA Air Venture. Amid 1,400 acres of roaring engines, home-built masterpieces, and flying legends, Colorado claimed just 200 square feet as one of nearly 1,000 exhibitors with one mission in mind. In partnership with the Colorado Pilots Association and Metropolitan State University of Denver, Denver's aerobatics team, their goal was clear: equip pilots with the tools, knowledge, and training needed to safely navigate Colorado's challenging and diverse topography. So just a quick shout out to that if you want. Again, Colorado Department of Transportation's official YouTube page. Anyone else? I certainly can bring up a couple more things, but anyone else? This is a net for everyone. If you're just tuning in, this is a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. So if you have comments or questions or projects you're working on, you want to update us on, it's a great place to do so. So if you have anything, if anybody wants to check in or give any other further comments or questions, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. We have another 20 minutes or so. If you'd like to check in, or if you have any further comments or questions, we're taking all call signs, all call suffixes. Feel free to check in if you'd like, or feel free to give any other further traffic. Please call now. Okay, I guess to cover some club business, I hope it's been mentioned, but we have our upcoming holiday party in December 14th, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Old Spaghetti Factory in Westminster. So it'll be fellowship, prize drawings, and radio-based trivia. So for $30 a person, there'll be plenty of options for selecting to eat. Again, this is a pasta-based restaurant, so lasagna, chicken marsala, and spaghetti with mizzavitra. So they'll offer drinks, and other drinks may be purchased separately as well. And there should be a bar area, so if you're looking to watch football, there should be an opportunity to do that as well. So feel free to sign up if you'd like, w0tx.org/holiday, if you'd like to attend that. We'd love to see you there. Please get your entries in before, I think, the 11th of December. So plenty of time here still. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, please call now.
November 1, Zulu Tango Tango, Panama Bello, no traffic.
All right, got you checked in there, Dan. N1ZTT, thank you so much for checking in. All right, I guess some other club business. We recently had a repeater move. I think it was our 449.35 repeater. Mountain formerly known as, or currently known as Mestahehe Mountain, formerly known as Squaw. We moved from the upper location on that mountain to a lower location. So we'll hopefully have some further technical information on that, but our existing location was falling into disrepair. The owners weren't really upkeeping it, Small Business Administration, I believe, SBA, and so we had to make a move to get that repeater. So hopefully, maybe on our roundtable, our monthly newsletter, we'll have a blurb on that, some more technical info, but 449.35 should be still working just as fine, and I think it hosts our Echo link as well. So anyone else on that or anything else, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. 15 or so minutes still. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? I certainly can probably bring something else up here, but anyone else? Please call now. All right. Well, I guess a recent story that you may have heard of. Something coming in contact with an airplane and shattering the plane's windows. Thankfully, not having any decompression, but co-founder of, let me see here, Scott, co-founder of Windborne Weather. He thinks that's a windborne balloon. We learned about the United Airlines 1093 flight and the potential that it was related to one of their balloons. 11 p.m. Sunday, and immediately looked into it. They sent a preliminary investigation to both the NTSB and the FAA. They filed notice to airmen following all specifications required by FAA 14. For context, Windborne operates a constellation of long-duration, lightweight weather balloons to improve weather forecast, with much of their data going through both U.S. and international governments. They've been coordinating with the FAA for the entire history of the company. System is designed not to pose a risk to human flight. This is what the FAA weight limits are for. And indeed, there were no serious injuries and no depressurization event. However, he's still surprised to see the splation of the windshield on the inside. He finds this extremely concerning and unacceptable. So you can take a look at a photo of this, and there is a weight, or there's some sand being used as ballast. So I think they've immediately put in procedures because this was flying at an altitude where passenger flights were flying. So they've immediately moved their balloons to a higher altitude to completely avoid this situation, hopefully going forward. So unfortunate to see. And we have used balloons in the past in ham radio, but we do not have any problems because we have such light package and payloads. Let's see, we had a question from CGF Kenny, I think, asking how long the 449 machine was moved. It was just not this last weekend, but the weekend before. So the 19th, I believe, the 18th and the 19th of October, there was a team that went up and moved that. So hopefully we'll have some photos and more information on that. But that was when that machine was moved. All right, anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please let me know. We have about 12 or so minutes here, but I've been blabbing long enough. But anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Please call now. All right, anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else? Please call now. All right, let me see if I have anything else, but yeah, if you're just tuning in, it's a great place to learn about ham radio and STEM topics. This is the Denver Radio Club Learning Net. So if you have any further comments or questions, we got plenty of time here still, about 10 minutes still left. So if you'd like to check in, or if anybody has any further comments or questions, please call now. All right, this is K1 DBC Net Control. Yeah, anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins? Just checking over the arl.org/news page. Always plenty of information on there. West Coast qualifying run has been rescheduled. Let's see, Hurricane Melissa updates. All eyes and ears are on Tropical Storm Melissa, now in the Caribbean Sea. It's moving over eastern Cuba after making landfall last night. Now a Category 2 hurricane. It's bringing damaging winds, flooding rains, and dangerous storm surge. 5 a.m. EDT, Melissa is expected to move across the southeastern or central Bahamas later today and pass near or to the west of Bermuda late Thursday and Thursday night, with winds now at 115 miles per hour. Let's see, amateur radio station at the National Hurricane Center, call sign Whiskey X-Ray 4 NHC WX4 NHC, remains active and will be on the air on the Hurricane WatchNet frequency 14.325 megahertz most of the time and 7.268 megahertz depending on the propagation. Let me drop here for a moment.
0TX repeater.
The VoIP Hurricane Net Voice over IP Hurricane Net was activated on Monday and is expected to remain active until late Wednesday evening. The National Emergency Network on the Cuban Radio Amateur Federation, REN-FRAC, is also active through station Kilo Oscar 9 Delta Charlie November from the National Civil Defense Staff. Amateur radio operators are continuing to monitor the weather nets and are relaying information as necessary. ARL will have updates as the situation develops, and Hurricane Melissa continues its path northwestward. Another great reminder is important notice, an article I put here. Keep clear of emergency frequencies during the contest weekend. This is from the 24th. Tropical Melissa, let's see. As mentioned, the nets before are providing critical communication links supporting the Caribbean islands and affected regions. Please ensure they have clear and reliable access to designated frequencies. So keep clear of certain frequencies on 7 megahertz and 14 megahertz. Be aware of possible emergency or health and welfare traffic on nearby frequencies. And operate responsibly and help maintain open frequencies for those supporting hurricane response efforts. All right, last few minutes here, 8 minutes or so. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, please call now.
Kilowatt Delta 0, Charlie Golf Fox, what's the question?
Yeah, Charlie Golf Fox. Kenny, the net's yours.
So, I didn't check in over the radio tonight because I'm in Aurora on the HT, and I know the last time I was talking on the repeater, it came in quite static. And I'm curious to know, how do I sound tonight since you brought up they moved to the 4.9 machine?
Gotcha. Sounds good. Yeah, you're sounding great. I think you're coming in on a repeater that actually hasn't been changed recently, the 14549 or 448.625. Neither of those were affected, but you're coming in much clearer than you were last time we tried in this that setup. So, yeah, you're sounding great.
Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm on the UHF side right now. And that's definitely interesting.
Gotcha. Sounds good. This is K1 DVC Net Control. Yeah, you can go back and listen to it this time and see if it sounded any different than last time. I just remember the other guy, DUJ. He comes in mobile all the time, and it's really, really bad for him. And then that one time sounded really, really good. So maybe your signal last time wasn't really all that bad, quite frankly. It just didn't sound like your normal transmission. But yep, tonight you're sounding great. So yeah, this is K1 DVC Net Control. Yeah, glad to we could help help you with that. So anyone else on that or anything else, go right ahead.
I actually got something for the net, peculiar radio incident.
Yeah, please go right ahead.
So what's going on is I run an ICOM 746 as my base unit, and I had an MFJ sound card hooked into it. Well, I figured the MFJ sound card, it's been used a lot, and I recently just upgraded it to a signal link card. And when I hooked it up to the radio and I was tuning it for FT8, I watched the SWR meter go to infinity at one point, and I couldn't figure out why. Well, I went to another band, and I tried the tune function on the radio, and it went to infinity again. Let me drop for a second. And I did that on another band, and it did the same thing. I'm like, okay, interesting. And when I was doing this, when it went to infinity the first time, I was slowly increasing the power out and adjusting those knobs, not at the same time, but I was just taking it slow and bringing it up to appropriate power, and it did this. So I went online and done some research, and I thought I might have broke the finals in the radio. And I found a video about how the motors inside the radio that help tune go out. Or well, I found one that went out. Now, sorry, my radio's got a timeout function on it. But I found a video that showed this, and I was listening to my radio, and I'm like, I don't hear the normal clicking sounds that the relay and the servos make for the tuner. Okay? So I hooked up a different antenna to it, or essentially a dummy load, onto the second antenna port, hit the tune button, and it tuned just fine. And the radio's been fine since, and I'm clueless as to why the radio did that. It's just K0 CTF back then.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that servo or relay not clicking is kind of sometimes a telltale sign of certain things to come potentially. But yeah, I'm not sure on that. But it sounds like it's potentially working again, so that's good. And the problem is cleared up. So yeah, that is an odd issue. Yeah, anybody have an ICOM 746 and have maybe FT8 or a SignalLink and have had S meter going to infinity when trying to transmit or something? Yeah, maybe RHF gain settings are too high or something like that, or anyone else on that? Go ahead.
So, in a nutshell, the good news on it, though, I say the radio seems to be working pretty okay now. And I wound up getting a new country, Honduras. This took place last night. I thought that was pretty neat. So, yeah, the radio seems to be working fine now, but still mind-boggling. I got to do some more research on it.
W0TX repeater.
Oh wow, yeah, Honduras, absolutely. That's a pretty cool contact there. Very neat. Yeah, yeah. Anyone else? Just ticked over to 8:30 or so. We usually wrap up around here, but considering it's been pretty quiet, I'll throw it out to the group again. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, anything else so far? We can probably wrap things up here in a little bit, but anyone else? Please call now. Okay, just last few reminders here again. Upcoming Tech Fest from the 285 Tech Connect Radio Club on November 8th. More information on their website, na0tc.org. We have our upcoming holiday party for our club in December, so you can go to w0tx.org/holiday and sign up for that if you'd like to do that. So, yeah, I'll throw it out to the group. Anyone else? Comments, questions, check-ins, or anything else? Please call now. Okay, if anybody's interested, I'll play a few minutes of a recent YouTube video by Dr. Tamitha Skov, also known as the Space Weather Woman. This is a recent update from 6 days ago, so let's play a few minutes of that if you're interested in that. You can also check it out on your own time. Dr. Tamitha Skov. So with that, last minute comments, questions, check-ins, anything else, please call now. Okay, nothing heard. Appreciate everyone checking in. Again, doesn't matter if you chime in or not. This is a great place to just tune in and listen in. We can't thank everyone enough for participating as little or as much as you like. So, again, we thank the Denver Radio Club for allowing us to use their repeaters. Tonight we had a total of 11 check-ins. Again, we can't thank everyone enough. Let's see. We appreciate and I thank our Elmers. Thanks to Denver Radio Club for allowing us to use their repeaters. Join us on the third Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m. for an Elmers session prior to the regularly scheduled Denver Radio Club meeting at 7 p.m. These take place online, w0tx.org for more information. Licensed or unlicensed, member or not, all are welcome. With that, please join us next week, 1930 hours, 7:30 p.m. for the next Learning Net. This is K1DBC 73, and I will be clear.
We have a bit of a far side blast, a small radiation storm, and multiple solar storms are headed on their way to Earth, which is going to give us a bumpy ride. Those stories and more are in this week's Spotlight. Space weather this week is picking up in a big way. As we take a look at our Earth-facing disk, we are saying goodbye to this coronal hole. This gave us some fast solar wind over this past week and gave us some beautiful aurora clear down to mid-latitudes along with some other solar storms. And meanwhile, though, although things are calming down, we still are getting a bit of a bumpy ride. The first bit of it is this poof right here. Look at that, woof. That actually was a partially Earth-directed solar storm. It's going to go to the east of Earth mainly, but it's likely going to graze us here over the next couple days. And that starts our bumpy ride. But there are other filament eruptions that we're going to be talking about, mainly sympathetic eruptions that have been occurring because we've been having some massive far side blasts. Of course, old region 4246 and 4248. These regions that gave us a lot of the activity on the front side of the disk just this past week, they have picked it up a notch and are really getting exciting. That may not look too much, but whoosh, look at that. So these regions continue to fire off big solar storms, and it's causing some sympathetic eruptions. We're getting a few filaments that are launching in several places over the past couple days. They may give us a little bit of solar storming. It's not really clear how big of a solar storm they're going to cause. You can see some of these poofs as they lift off. And it's part of that may also be because this is kind of a partial closing coronal hole that used to be right here. It's still got a few open field lines in this area, and so it continues to be a little bit more unstable, and it makes solar storm launches a little bit more likely. So we might see a few more filaments launch in this arena in here. But meanwhile, as we get back to the red disk, you can see some major strong filaments all in here getting very, very twisted up. This is a very unstable configuration. And sure enough, late on the 21st into the 22nd, we get a massive far side blast. You can watch it coincident with a filament launch right in here. Whoosh, right there. We also get a lighting up of this region in here and a small launch from a 50% illuminated moon. So you night sky watchers, if you want to catch those dim objects in the sky, like, I don't know, maybe the peak of the Orionids, well, you're going to have this bright companion. So you're going to need to check your local rise and set times. And now, switching to our solar storm conditions and aurora possibilities over the coming week, we are expecting this kind of bumpy ride from those mini little solar storms that are headed towards Earth. The first should be hitting us right around the 24th, be just a bit of a graze. I'm expecting maybe active conditions at high latitudes with up to about a 20% chance of a minor storm, and this could carry into the 25th, coming down to mid latitudes. So only if you're dedicated and you can chase substorms should you bother to try. Now, amateur radio operators and emergency responders, well, things are looking pretty good for you right now. We're getting a bit of a reprieve. All that noise on the dayside bands you've probably noticed has dropped a bit, and that's going to continue easily through, I'm hoping, about the weekend before you start noticing the noise rise again. So enjoy. And now you GPS users, well, things aren't too bad. Day side, we don't have a big risk for radio blackouts, and on the night side, we're only expecting mild storms. So things should be pretty good for you all the way around the world, as long as you stay vigilant near dawn and near dusk. I'm Tamitha Scove, the Space Weather Woman. Thank you for watching.